To the Deputy Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question goes to the Treasurer. Can the Treasurer explain to the House why electricity prices have jumped an extraordinary 13% over the past 12 months?
Call to the Treasurer.
Mr Speaker, I want to be really clear and say that the last person on earth that I will be lectured about energy prices is the member for Fairfax. The very last person on earth that I would be lectured on energy prices is the member for Fairfax. People who took the member for Fairfax seriously on energy prices used to sit over there and now they watch Question Time from home, Mr Speaker. And that was the madness of the nuclear meltdown that the member for Fairfax was responsible for. And the pure madness of it was that he wanted to waste hundreds of billions of dollars building nuclear reactors that would push energy prices up, not down, Mr Speaker. And we saved the Australian people from his madness.
Member for Warren, I've got this. I'm sure. Trust me, I'm sure. Resume your seat. The Treasurer wasn't asked about alternative energy sources, and but he was asked about prices. So just make sure he's relating his answer to the question was about prices, and he can talk about the energies, but not the opposition's policy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The worst thing for energy prices would be if we went down the path proposed by those opposite, which would have pushed energy prices up, not down, Mr Speaker. So, Mr Speaker, you've already had your go, champion. You have. You already got it.
Okay, we're just going to take a big breath and exhale. Can we just get the Treasurer to pause for a moment? Just pause a moment. Member for Warren. No.
Defying your ruling. That's what I'm worried about.
No, you just don't get the chance to jump up and say what you feel like. I don't know how many times. So just resume your seat. Yeah. The member for McEwen. Okay, everyone's just going to take the temperature down a little bit to assist the House. I understand where the member for Warren's coming from. We're just going to make sure that the Treasurer is being directly relevant. Get back to topic.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The numbers that we saw today, which I ran through a moment ago, were monthly figures which were often impacted by volatile and one-off factors, and they were in this instance. And the biggest influence on the number that the Shadow Treasurer has mentioned is the timing of the energy bill rebates that we are providing on this side of the House, which those opposite don't want us to be providing. And that does go to a very important difference, Mr Speaker. This side of the House providing help with electricity bills, that side of the House trying to prevent it, Mr Speaker. And if they had their way, energy prices would be higher. So let me give you some numbers, Mr Speaker, about the question the Shadow Treasurer asked me. Electricity prices in July would have been 7.9% higher without the energy rebates that we are rolling out with our state and territory colleagues. Second point, Mr Speaker, the timing of rebates in WA, Queensland and Tasmania were the biggest contributor to this volatility. And if this is the most important point, Mr Speaker, if you look at the official quarterly figures, electricity fell 6.2% through the year to the June quarter, but they would have risen 1.7% without our rebates, which was the course that those opposite wanted, Mr Speaker. Now I can hear
the Deputy Leader is now going to cease interjecting or will remove himself. This is not on. Come on. The Treasurer will now conclude.
The member for Fairfax can have as many nuclear meltdowns.
In the bustling chambers of the Australian Parliament, a fiery exchange unfolded during question time, capturing the raw tension of political debate. The Deputy Leader of the Opposition rose, with a pointed query directed at the Treasurer. Why had electricity prices surged by an astonishing 13% over the past year? The Speaker swiftly called on the Treasurer to respond, setting the stage for what would become a heated clash of ideologies and personal jabs. With a steely gaze and unyielding tone, the Treasurer fired back, dismissing the questioner, the member for Fairfax, as the least credible voice on energy issues. He painted a vivid picture of past follies, mocking the opposition's ill-fated nuclear energy push as a madness that would have squandered hundreds of billions, driving prices skyward rather than easing the burden on households. "We saved the Australian people from his nuclear meltdown," the Treasurer declared triumphantly, evoking laughter and murmurs from his side of the aisle, while sparking outrage from the opposition benches. Interjections flew like sparks in a storm, the opposition leader demanding relevance to the price question, not policy detours, prompting the Speaker to intervene with calls for calm. "Take a big breath and exhale," the Speaker urged, diffusing the rising tempers as members shuffled and grumbled. Resuming his defense, the Treasurer pivoted to hard facts, explaining that the reported spike was a mirage fueled by seasonal volatility and the strategic timing of government rebates. Without these rebates, championed by his administration and opposed by the other side, prices would have ballooned even higher, he argued. Citing official quarterly data, he revealed that electricity costs had actually dipped 6.2% over the year to June, but rebates were the unsung heroes preventing a 1.7% rise. In Western Australia, Queensland, and Tasmania, the rebate rollout alone accounted for much of the fluctuation. As the member for Fairfax interjected once more, the Speaker issued a stern warning, threatening removal to restore order. Undeterred, the Treasurer wrapped up with a parting shot. While the opposition fantasized about nuclear fantasies that would hike bills, his government was delivering real relief to everyday Australians. The exchange ended on a note of partisan divide, underscoring the ongoing battle over energy policy, government aid versus opposition obstruction, in a nation grappling with rising living costs. This dramatic session not only highlighted policy rifts, but also the theater of democracy, where words can wound as deeply as any legislation.